Hi, meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. You've clicked on the Weather Now link on this Thursday evening, almost 7:30. We continue to track snow, off and on at varying intensities. But clearly the first wave of snow that came through this afternoon was concentrated in the southern half of the state. So while inland areas and northern areas is really not much snow so far, only about a coating to an inch. Look at Jamestown, 4 inches so far, Narragansett at 4, Saunderstown, 3.7. So this is all Washington County, southern half of the state. Little Compton, 3.8. Westerly at 3. In fact, when we look at Narragansett, these are live pictures, 4 inches so far. So clearly the landscape is much different down in Narragansett compared to here in downtown Providence, where it's only about a coating of snow. And we look at other accumulations. So far, North Kingstown, 2.5. A lot of this actually fell during the afternoon. New Bedford, 2. Actually, between 1 and 2 out towards Dartmouth, New Bedford. Warwick, Coventry were coming in at 1. Oh, that was a few hours ago. Maybe closer to 1.5, 2 now. West Warwick, about 1. And in Providence so far, it's just been a kind of a slushy, thin trace. So some areas have some catching up to do. But the accumulation process, and we talked about this last night, is going to be very, very gradual. So the amounts that we're forecasting, it'll take until tomorrow evening, even early tomorrow night, for them to be realized. All right, winter weather advisory, the entire area shaded in purple through at least 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. But even beyond 7 o'clock Friday night, I still think we're holding on to some snow. So take a look at the threat tracker. Now, tonight through Friday, it's elevated. And not that we're expecting any kind of a severe or major snowfall. It's a light to moderate snowfall, but enough to kind of be a pain in the neck as far as travel in some areas. So what will happen is tonight we'll continue with off and on snow, some slick roads, at least the untreated ones, an additional 1 to 3 on top of what's fallen already. And it's pretty much the same deal for Friday. Off and on, generally light snow, some slick roads, and an additional 1 to 3. And then by the weekend, we're looking good both Saturday and Sunday. Sunshine, cold, dry. So as far as bullet points as to what to expect, it's mainly a snow situation. There may be a little sleet mixing in at times near the coastline. And again, a light to moderate snowfall. And we'll talk about accumulations in just a second. But the accumulation process is very, very gradual. Some storms, it just piles up in like 4 hours. This is easy to keep up with because it's drawn out over a long period of time. There's really no rapid buildup of snow. And the precipitation is kind of off and on. At times it shuts off. Other times you're getting light to moderate snow. So that's the game plan. And the accumulation forecast hasn't really changed that much. Generally, we're looking at a statewide 3 to 6 inch snowfall. So we would consider that on the light end 3 to 6 moderate. So a light to moderate snowfall. Not a lot of snow so far in northern suburbs, but you'll catch up tonight and tomorrow. So I don't think the 6 inches is widespread. I think the best chance for 6 inches is down in here, only because you've picked up 2 to 4 already. I think statewide we're going to come in between roughly 3 and 5. But that'll take until now through tomorrow evening for that to happen. And already this red zone in here has already picked up 3 to 4. So that's how it plays out accumulation-wise. Meanwhile, temperatures as of 7:30, a lot of us are near or below freezing in the upper 20s to around 30, including 28 in Providence. Smithfield is down to 25, so anything untreated certainly becoming site radar composite. And notice the blue, which is the snow. Notice how it's shrinking. So what happens is we're getting waves of snow coming in. So, for instance, this first batch that came in, starting to pull away. Look, you get a little bit of a lull. There's more off to our south and west that has to come through later tonight into a portion of Friday. So we may actually get into a bit of a lull this evening before it starts to pick up again. So that's the deal with that. So getting real close. Take a look at the forecast hour by hour, and it shows how it kind of breaks up a little bit this evening. Then what happens during the overnight, this coverage of blue starts to expand a little bit. This is 2 in the morning while we're sleeping. Here we are at 7 in the morning looking at scattered snow, light snow. Continues into the afternoon. This is 12 o'clock. And then watching this general area, especially southeastern Mass, right in here, watch how the snow starts to expand a little bit. Late Friday afternoon, Friday evening, you get kind of one last little surge of snow before it starts to pull away sometime after around 11 o'clock tomorrow night. So the breakdown for, tonight off and on, light to moderate snow continues. Same deal for Friday morning. Maybe a little slippery early just because of the simple fact that the temperatures early in the morning will be near or below freezing. And then off and on light snow throughout Friday afternoon and into early on Friday evening. So again, final accumulations won't be realized until tomorrow evening, Friday evening, and into Friday night. As little as 3, or we can handle that, to as much as 6. And that's not out of the question, considering some parts of the state, in the southern half of the state, have already picked up 4 inches of snow. So that's the latest of certainly any travel overnight through tomorrow. Just be careful. But because the accumulation is such a gradual process, it's easy for the road crews to keep up. The highway, as of now, is actually wet rather than snow covered. The DOT pre-treated the road the night before, so that chemical, that solvent that's on the road, it allows the snow to melt on contact. But be careful nonetheless. All right, that's your latest Weather Now update. Thanks for logging in. We'll talk to you soon.